What is up, everybody? This is my Loki Season 1, Episode 5, entitled Journey into Mystery Review. And Journey into Mystery, that is a reference to the Thor comics from the 50s and 60s. They were entitled Journey into Mystery, if you didn't know. So that's a fun fact. But anyway, before I start the review, if you would kindly subscribe, I would graciously appreciate it. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. And yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. For I felt there was, we needed more focus on. I wanted to learn more about boastful Loki, but that's really all. So we'll get more and more in-depth thoughts after the intro, so let's roll that intro. This episode, starts off in the TVA with some very trippy camera movement where the camera goes upside down, and it's just really trippy, like I said, and it goes through like the camera moves through the golden elevator, which is where the timekeepers were, and it goes down through, and there are just some really great transitions, and we see the head of one of the timekeepers, and I really thought that was really creepy, just seeing that there. And yeah, the smoke transforms into the void, which is where we learn all the Lokis are, and there is a reference to Kane, or Nathaniel Richards, and his business on Stark Tower, and Loki gets up and they run from what we learn is Goliath, which I wasn't really familiar with Goliath, but yeah, I don't really read Marvel comics. This channel is called 2DC Fans, so I mean, I do read Marvel comics. I just haven't come across Goliath yet, so I was unfamiliar with him. But Ravonna Renslayer and Sylvie talk, and yeah, that's really it. Ravonna, it seems like she doesn't know that the TVA, what the timekeepers were just. It seems like she didn't know about the truth about timekeepers, but they bring Miss Minutes into this, and they come up with a plan to go to the void and everything, and we basically get an explanation for the void, and that it's like, nothing ever truly, like, you can't ever prune anything, what is it, matter still exists, no matter how you put it, in Just League, they say, if you burn a house down, the house particles just become smoke, or, God, what is it? Ash, and that ash still is, yeah, you know science. There's a boat, which could be Christopher Columbus's ship, because that apparently sank or whatever, and then there's a UFO, confirming maybe that actual UFOs exist in some weird multiverse, or whatever. But yeah, Loki and everybody run. Loki's like, okay, stop running, what is going on? And he tries to talk to the Lokis, but the Lokis are like, okay, come on, let's move. You're gonna what word am I looking for? Like, alert. Goliath, yeah, that's what I was looking for, alert. There's a crocodile Loki, which is the best character in the whole MCU, and if you agree with this, if you don't agree with that, you're wrong. But we basically learn why the Kid Loki is in charge. And you know why the Kid Loki is in charge? Because he killed Thor, and that's what no other version of Loki has ever done. So that's why they made him a leader. Now, in this wide shot, we see Yellow Jacket's helmet, which makes sense because his death was just shrinking throughout the quantum realm, and we saw his body parts were going everywhere. So his helmet, or maybe even head, went through a time portal in the quantum realm and went to the void. So that's explainable. But here we see a Thanos copter, which is my favorite thing out of this whole entire episode. Thanos copter is canon. And yes, and when they go through the bunker, you know who else we see? Throg. Thor Frog lives. And this is really the one thing I hoped appeared in this series. And you know it did, and I'm just so happy, man. It's just amazing. But, yeah. Throg, but the Lokis get back to base, and yeah, but we cut back to the TVA where Ravana and Miss Minutes are stalling because obviously the Minutemen are on their way, and Miss Minutes makes up this thing about a void time ship that the TVA was working on, but it's just it's like so top secret, and Miss Minute stalls, but eventually the Minutemen come in, and Ravana and Sylvie have a little talk, and by the end Sylvie prunes herself. So yeah, I could just say that in 10 seconds, but no, we have about, I'm guessing, 40 more seconds of this scene. So yeah, I'm sorry I didn't think about this, but if you guys are just listening right now, please subscribe. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, and maybe you can make that 12 subscriber difference that we need. So yeah, but anyway, give the video a like or a dislike. Please not dislike, but if you feel it means it, your point is valid, and I get it. Leave a comment too. Tell me what you thought about this episode or my review. I'd really appreciate it though. And yeah, now this segment is over, and we can go back to the Lokis in their bunker, and we learn that boastful Loki, which I really wish we learned more about. His Nexus event was defeating Captain America and Iron Man, getting all 6 Infinity Stones. Now, I don't think there are 6 Infinity Stones. I think there are 5. Oh wait, there are 6. Yeah, I just proved I'm an idiot. And they all laugh and are like, haha, that's obviously fake. Because what does a Loki do? A Loki lies. And they talk, and or Richard E. Grant's character, classic Loki, reveals that he is Gator Loki is there because he ate the wrong person's cat. It could be so small, like eating the wrong person's cat, leaving a planet, or it can be so big, like defeating Captain America and Iron Man and getting the Infinity Stones, or killing Thor. But eventually we get classic Loki's origin, where it was basically the events of Infinity War, but he didn't try to kill Thanos. He tried to. His illusion was very good, but the illusion of him dying happened. But this Loki just floated in space because it was an illusion. And after thousands of years, he wanted to know if his brother missed him, so he left the planet and got hunted by a TVA, which honestly, I 100% can't believe that is what our main MCU Earth 19999 or whatever Loki's doing right now, and I'd believe that. That Loki hit out on some planet and he is in some debris, I'd believe that. And yeah, new rock stars came up with that theory in like 2008. Oh no, not 2008, wow, it predated Iron Man, no. 2018, I'm sorry. But when Loki leaves, he opens the hatch to a bunch of different Loki, including President Loki, which weirdly is our only other Tom Hiddleston Loki here. But anyway, Sylvie, after pruning herself, she wakes up on the void, in the void, or I guess it would be phrase, and the black Eliath touches her real quick. Oh, that sounded wrong. And she gets this flash, or in her mind, of where they are, which is in the rock, the weird walk, not the weird walk, the weird rock from the trailer. And yeah, but a pizza car comes up to save Sylvie, and obviously I knew that from the driver, but Mobius saves Sylvie, and you can hear Sylvie loudly go, "You!" And man, this is another like Marvel trailer thing. Sylvie was, that shot of Mobius driving was in the trailer, but they cut Sylvie out, which, yeah. But, anyway, we see some Sphinx, which could be reference to Kane and how he was Rama Tut. But yeah, back at the bunker, we have all the Lokis, bantering about to fight, and it was revealed that Boastful Loki betrayed the group for, like, President Loki's army or whatever, so, yeah, they fight after, Gator Loki, bites President Loki's hand off, which, yep, adds Marvel Comics to reading, President Loki and Agent of Asgard, which is what a lot of these Lokis are from, and yeah, it was just a big battle with the Lokis, and classic Loki, because he's older and he's probably had a lot of time to practice with his magic. Sorry, I wanted to put down what I was fidgeting with. So he makes like an illusion so that all the other Lokis can escape, and we see a Loki that we saw back in episode 2 that the TVA was showing Loki what possible variants there could be. So yeah, I like that. Sorry. I just talk too much, Dane. I'm looking for President Loki book, so sorry if I sound a little disinterested. Yeah, but anyway, the fight continues, but they make it out of there, and, classic Loki just realizes, like, man, everywhere they go, they just, destruction follows them. It's just, destruction and pain. So, it's just nothing good. But, yeah. They, basically tell, back in the car with Mobius and Sylvie. Mobius and Sylvie talk, and, yeah. It's just not, I don't know, this was a weird pairing, but I understand it, and, but yeah, eventually, as Classic Loki, Kid Loki, and, Variant Loki, or our main Loki that we follow for the series, they are walking, no, they don't, they come across a boat, which is a reference to some boat that people say turned invisible or whatever. Also, in the bunker, you can see the Polybius arcade game, which is some conspiracy theory about how it was like a mind control thing for the government, and the people in the Men in Black took it away or whatever. But yeah, off in the distance they can see a car driving, and Classic Loki says it's like cannibals or something. But then Sylvie and Mobius get out, and there's a reunion between those characters. So yeah, they talk, and Sylvie's plan basically is to Sylvie wants to enchant Eliath, and God, where am I going? She wants to enchant Eliath, and like scoffs at the idea that Loki would kill it. Like, what are you gonna do? Give him a bunch of paper cuts or whatever? And I don't know, it was pretty funny. But yeah, they come up with a plan, and it's a good plan. But back at the TVA, Ravonna Renslayer goes to talk to B-15 in a cell. So I'll be honest, originally I thought she was going to an elevator that would lead her to Kane, be like, hey, boyfriend or whatever, this is what's happening, what should I do? And it would be like a big moment. But no, it's just B-15, which I'm not disappointed by. This character is awesome. They should come out with like a B-15 Marvel Legends, maybe like a Build-A-Figure or whatever. Yeah, because I like Marvel Legends. What you gotta do, they really released the photo of Sylvie. You could do another Loki. You got Classic Loki, Kid Loki, which you can also include Crocodile Loki and then you got Boastful Loki. Mobius is a Target exclusive, so yeah, that won't work. But whatever, I'm just rambling. You can do Ravana or He Who Remains or Kane, whoever is the villain. But yeah, Kid Loki Classic and Mobius talk before Loki and Sylvie are sitting together and they talk, and it's just, I don't like that. I don't want them to be a couple. It just seems a little weird, but yeah, Loki. It's not weird, but it also is super weird. It could be something nice about finally loving yourself, but it also could be really weird, man. And I don't want it to be really weird because it kind of grosses me out, and it kind of seems a little like incest, a bit, even though it's not. I don't want this to get taken down just because I said that. So yeah, but I don't know. Sylvie talks about how much Mobius cares for Loki and whatever, and it sets up some stuff later. But, yeah, it was just a really nice moment, but then, they look over, and Mobius doesn't want, what am I thinking of? Sylvie doesn't want Loki to go with her, and, yeah, it's just like, Kid Loki gives our variant Loki a dagger that will help him and whatever. But yeah, Mobius says goodbye and he's gonna go burn the TVA to the ground, which is a nice reference to earlier episodes. And we have a goodbye between Loki and Mobius, where Loki calls Mobius his friend, which is a nice thing, and I can't wait for their reunion next episode after Loki has defeated He Who Remains, or Kane, or whatever. I really hope, I shouldn't say this, I really hope B-15 or Mobius take out Ravana next episode. But, yeah, they are about to go into battle, and in the wreckage right there, you can see the Living Tribunal's head, which is a nice reference. Like, if someone took out Living Tribunal, like, damn, they're powerful. Maybe someone had to kill the Living Tribunal to fake the TVA, so maybe it was just a little thing before the entrance to Kane or He Who Remains house or whatever. But Loki looks back, or classic Loki, and he's like, should I really do this? But Sylvie and Loki talk, and Sylvie makes a plan, and Sylvie's like, hey Loki, go distract Alioth. So that's what Loki does, and yeah, he just goes running in, and he distracts Alioth to just be very frank, and I don't like using that anymore, to be very honest. So Loki distracts Alioth, and it's not working. So over in the distance, you see this green light that is drawing Alioth's attention, and it is classic Loki using all of his power to create a fake Asgard to be like, hey, Alioth, yeah, Asgard just got pruned, why don't you, like, and if he can create a whole Asgard, I wonder what he created on that planet he was alone. If our Loki is that powerful, I wonder what he does in Phase 4, or hell, if he survives Phase 5. But, yeah, Loki and Sylvie, they like, hold hands, and they fight to, like, use the enchanting stuff, not, like, in a sexual way, or, like, a romantic way, but, yeah, in this encounter, the Asgard falls, and, what am I looking for? Alioth gets to, classic Loki, classic Loki dies with his last words being glorious purpose and laughing, and I swear that was dubbed by Tom Hiddleston or whatever, because it sounded so much like him. I can't, man, I'd be so surprised if classic Loki is actually dead, because that's just such a Loki move to play. What do Lokis love to do? Fake their own death, so he probably faked his own death, and I wouldn't be surprised if classic Loki goes, escapes with, Sylvie and everybody, but whatever, they get through and they, see where the structure is, where whoever is in charge of the TVA lives, and yeah, that's basically where our episode ends. And going back to classic Loki, man, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets off and, or, you know what, I was thinking, for season 2 they have to do some setup. What if all of the Lokis on the Void get out and they have to do like a roundup or that breaks the multiverse or whatever, because I wouldn't be, they got Richard E. Grant, I probably wouldn't be surprised if he's appearing in so much more, and they're just not telling us, man. But in the comments, tell me, who do you think? Is it Kane, or is it He Who Remains? Because I honestly think it could be both, because if they do He Who Remains, they can introduce the concept of how the Marvel Universe is constantly rebooting, and how the Infinity Stones are remnants from the last universe along with Galactus or whatever, but I don't know. Kane seems like the more likely option. I mean, they both do, but whatever. I'm rambling. Like, subscribe, bye. Stay safe.